Welcome to TNTM the Show with your hosts, Pablo Gunner.
And Marvin Goof.
And we are here to talk nerdy to you about some of the things that we have been checking out for the month of Mayo 2025, which is going to be Thunderbolts. We're going to do our spoiler review because we just did a short review and that's it. And a little goofy thing that my kids loved. And then we're going to cover. So our grade scale here at TNTM the Show is going to be must see, must stream, or buy. Like must buy for the best of the best, pretty much. I mean, it doesn't have to be the best of the best, but it has to be hit that thing. Is it must seeing? Is it worse? Is it a must stream? Is it a must buy? Like, is it worth? Does it hit that point? Right?
Exactly. Is it worth the dollars and cents?
Right. Yeah. And then for our mid-grade, we have Check It Out, which could also be your rent, if there's a rent option. I don't know if there's many rent options anymore.
Unfortunately, no.
Gamefly? There's Gamefly.
Are we dating or something?
So
anyway.
Yeah. So maybe a little if we talk about Blockbuster. But anyways, so yeah, so the mid-grade will be Check It Out for most of the stuff. And then for the worst, it's not worth your time. It's just pass. It'll be pass. So we're going to go with our Thunderbolts spoiler review.
Oh, yes. Delicious spoilers.
As a Thunderbolts movie, this movie sucked. Let me explain.
Yes, please.
Thunderbolts is not what this movie was. Thunderbolts is Baron Zemo, which we didn't have in this movie at all. We didn't have any Zemo in this.
True.
Kind of unfortunate and sad, because I feel like he would fit in with that group.
Yeah.
It makes sense why he's not there. But anyways, he created his own Avengers, essentially, that were evil. They're like the masters of evil or whatever. And that's what the Thunderbolts are. And because we're not getting and following the timeline of the Thunderbolts from the comics, which that's what it is, we got this Thunderbolts team instead, which is actually an amalgamation of the Century Comics and the Thunderbolts comics, where Bucky Barnes was in charge of the Thunderbolts team. And in that way, it did justice, but it didn't do justice to the Thunderbolts original concept and comics. And I've also heard people complain that this movie sucks because it doesn't really have a story, and that like the characters kind of all suck and none of them are likable, which I feel like that's kind of the whole point of the movie, right?
Exactly. Like that is.
We're going to go through. Yeah, we're going to go through. So it starts off and with this epic scene, Yelena Belova. I just love saying her name too.
Yes, it's a great character.
Oh,
name.
It feels good just to say in the mouth, huh?
Florence Pugh.
Oh my gosh.
She's an amazing actress.
She is so phenomenal, yes. It's interesting too, because she's like this weird hot where it's like, you're not, like, you don't have a ridiculous bust or ridiculous booty. Like, she has a nice booty, but like, and she has a pretty face, but she's not like your normal, like, super, like, you know what I mean? Like, I won't say like she's average hot, because she is beautiful, but it's just, I don't know. There's just something about her though still I think it's just like her energy and vibe and attitude is just very attractive and sucks you in, right? And she jumps off this building, and everything to me that she did in this goes, I'm trying to up my level of risk to as high as possible because I just don't care about my life. Like from the get-go, that's it, right? Because like, she easily could have done this stealthily, considering the way that she came in, which was risky from the get-go, jumping off the second highest building, which she really did. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And she taps the guy. Like, she could have just zapped him and he would have been out. Instead, she fights with him and, like, taps on and messes with him. And I'm like, you could have done this whole thing stealthy and easy, but she made it as risky as possible because she just really doesn't care about her life right now. And that sent a message immediately. And then kind of jumps into her visiting her dad. And you see like how sad his life is. He's not happy, right? Like he's not like, this is not really what I really want to, I want to be saving people,
Exactly.
right? Like,
and you mean watching him sitting there basically watching what would be the equivalent of an old high school quarterback watching his highlight reel. That was that also said to the immediate thing is like, you're trying to live in the past. That's kind of unfortunate with how that went. But I think it puts them on a similar point in their lives where they're not where they want to be.
She was there to be honest with him. He wasn't being honest up front at first, and then they both were honest with each other. Anyways, she ends up in her and all these Thunderbolts, these characters, these unlikable characters, right? We have U.S. Agent, which I will complain that they have never called him U.S. Agent, even though he's rocking the U.S. Agent uniform.
I think it was only mentioned like once as a passing comment by Allegra de Fontaine in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Right,
actually.
but I do hope that going forward they call him the U.S. Agent and not Captain America, because for one, to me that's offensive because he's horrible, and two, he sucks, and like it just doesn't make sense. It spits on the guy that is rocking Captain America. That goes into like, it has her, Ghost, Taskmaster, and this guy Bob randomly who wakes up in there.
Bob.
They're all stuck in there, and it's crazy too because like they kill off Taskmaster right away.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that's nuts. Which, when going forward, I go like, I understand why they did it. Like, it was crazy, but like, it also didn't entirely make sense because I go, Taskmaster's thing is, I see how you perform, and then now I can fight you using your own fighting style, and I know it, so you're not gonna beat me with it. So I'm like, so how is she beaten with their fighting style, seeing that she sought all their fightings? That didn't make sense to me, like that thing. But at the same time, like maybe she didn't see enough of it to go like, or she didn't see that, so she didn't see that coming. You know what I mean? So, and also she can't replicate powers, right? She's not morph, right?
She morph,
So she can't do that. So like Ghost, and that's the thing, is Ghost is the one that tripped her up. The Ghost is the one that killed her.
Yeah.
And so anyways, they realize that they're about to get killed. They're about to get killed in this thing. It's essentially an incinerator. And so now they have to find a way to get out. I simultaneously liked and hated that John Walker said "on your left," because I was like,
"Don't say it! Don't you say it! Left! Come on!"
That's Steve Rogers' line. Okay, that's not yours. You don't get to say that.
It definitely has some baggage.
But I feel like it's not like he said it knowingly. Like he was just like, because he came in like an a-hole, like, move, get out of the way, I'm on your left. You know what I mean? Like, because that's him. And then they try to get out of this tunnel, and they have to help each other to do it. And he does an a-hole move. Once again, it's just like he's continuously putting them at risk for himself and proving that like he is the worst version of any Captain America. Well, except for like if they ever do Nuke. I feel like Nuke was another super soldier and he was the worst. Unless you count Red Skull, which definitely the worst.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, yeah. Nazi, yeah, okay, the worst. Yeah. And that's where you also see the power of Bob, which is the Sentry, the power of 1,000 exploding suns, how they get out and everything like that, and that was crazy. But then on the opposite coin, and I knew this from reading the comics, is that he has these disorders, right? He has these mental disorders, and that's the other part of this movie, is that it beautifully showed us certain different disorders, right? Which is, I think we got bipolar with him because he had the high highs and the low lows. Then we had like just depression, I think, with Yelena. I'm not necessarily sure, like maybe Red Guardian was like in denial or what was going on with him, but like, you know what I mean? Like he was like, yeah, I'm happy, but he wasn't really happy, you know? And Ghost had like, she was always trying to kind of like run away or get away, you know?
Yeah.
And so
you could argue that, yeah.
So I feel like they showed all these different things, and that was so wonderful. And I just love Bucky. Like, Bucky's great, and I love to me, what they captured from the Thunderbolts comics that was great is Bucky and this relationship that he had with Atlas, like them like joking, clowning around together, sort of, because with Red Guardian, because he's like the jokester, you know, but he's kind of trying to play it straight, but he's not really, you know, he's just like a goofy dad, you know, like he is just
I feel like he's literally, he's the little kid who has finally had his dreams come true, and it's actually happening, and he can't help himself to just be like, this is the greatest thing ever, you know?
Yeah.
And he's enjoying himself, and he tries to take advantage of it. He wants to enjoy it.
It just ended up being so good, and yeah, it was different, and it wasn't like, hey, you know, we're trying to get from point A to point B. Yeah, They all work separately. All these people, I feel like even John Walker, ever since he's got the serum, he's probably been doing missions by himself. Obviously, all these people are doing missions for
Allegra de Fontaine.
Yes, and so they've been doing stuff for her, and they've been working on their own. So I feel like they've been working on their own, and a lot of them have trained that way. So they're not going to work well as a team. So it doesn't make sense that they would, and it makes more sense that they wouldn't work well as a team. Like when they get their butt whooped by the Sentry, and that they end up beating it through caring and heart and working together and figuring that out. And yeah, they're not the best team, and we'll see going forward, because yeah, it annoys the crap out of me. Once again, I'm going to say it's stupid, because I've seen, they're like, oh, the new Thunderbolt, I mean the new Avengers. They're not the new Avengers. The new Avengers is pretty much what the Avengers were, or what the second, because it was like Spider-Man, Wolverine, and all these newbies, right? It was all these people that shook up the thing, because for the longest time Avengers was just like Captain America, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Vision. You didn't have much of a shake-up, too much, Iron Man, like Thor. It was the same people, Hulk or a Hulk, and hopefully we'll get She-Hulk,
please, bring her in
as a
She's
team.
great.
Like,
she's a great character.
So at a point, and then I feel like that'll solidify like Sam's team when he gets like She-Hulk on the team and all these other players and stuff. And I want to see how his team shapes up going forward.
Yeah.
But as a comic book nerd, that bothered me. But I was like, but that's not really what the movie was called. It was called Thunderbolts. And Thunderbolts was really just like a play on this thing of like Yelena's, what was it?
I thought it was the greatest thing. It was like her Little League Soccer team.
League Soccer
Gosh,
team.
so good.
and that's what it was. And so it was a joke, but it's also, this is the MCU. We can't be like, well, it's not the comics. It hasn't been from the beginning, people. Like from the first Iron Man movie, it has not been like the comics. In a lot of ways, it's been better and different. So don't expect it to be anymore. So, or at all. I loved it. I think it was a must-see in theaters. And when it comes out on Disney Plus, it's definitely gonna be worth like rewatching and stuff. So yeah, it's a must-see, must-stream, must-buy, even for me.
Yeah, especially if you're at all into the history of what these characters are. I mean, as a person, I didn't read a lot of the comics. The continuity of the MCU that they've put together and putting this particular combination of characters together, I feel like was a good idea, and they're helping each other. They made a team at the end of this movie, in my opinion. So I think it was a great display of that. So yeah, worth it. Get it. What are you doing? Watch it.
Yeah. Stupid. No. I don't know. Anyways, all right. So I just want to round off with some thank yous, some shout outs to people, which the Film Rage guys, they're always helping us out. They're like reposting our stuff, making comments on our stuff. We go back and forth, and I absolutely love their podcast because they cover all the movies of the week, and they cover them quick and get that podcast out quick. And it's a top quality pod, dude. Like they have like theme music for different segments, and they sing parts, and those guys are just so fun and so funny. It doesn't matter if they're raging out about a movie, or if they're loving a movie, like or they're just, or if it's just random convo. It's always entertaining, always entertaining. So definitely check out the Film Rage podcast, and also check out the MK Wizard, her web comics and stuff like that. You can check them out on Amazon. You can check her out on all the social medias. She does artwork that's just very cute and very wonderful, and always has wonderful commentary on stuff that's going on. She's just a wonderful person that I've done videos with, so you should check out those videos and stuff like that. And yeah, we're also, as far as our merch goes, we've scaled back, and so we only have a few. The merch of the month is essentially just the merch that's on the store. It's only 5 items is all we can have right now. But if there's something that you want, you tell us what you want, and we'll try to get away with as much as we can, since we don't own rights to a lot of stuff. I mean, look, I got away with this. That's not one of ours, but I've gotten away with a lot of things, and so we can try it. And so, yeah, it's tailored to you. Whatever you want, we can try it and see what we can get away with. And then, hey, you don't have to buy it if you don't want it. based off what we can deliver on that. But what we're trying to do is just, it's a rebuilding phase, and we're in a changing phase. Even this is experimental, what we're doing now. And so we're going to be doing probably more of like, I'm going to try to do more of like a vlog in a way style type thing, main focus, along with some things, so that it's not just reviews. We'll probably have weekly reviews, you know, as well as like our random reviews, because I will be covering Doctor Who, each episode. I will be covering Andor season 2, and I'm going to cover Tales of the Underground. That's Star Wars Tales of the Underground. So I'm going to be covering these things, as well as help from my partner as well. So yeah, so look forward to that stuff, and hopefully we can get the ball rolling on some D&D with MG, right? And I'm looking forward to that, because I want to learn about D&D, and I want to play some D&D, because it just seems so much fun. And I want to, so I'm going to need your help teaching me about it, and then getting the ball rolling, since he's a hardcore D&D player and a DM and everything. So we're going to try to get the ball rolling and stuff, so that you can see his skills as a DM.
It's a lot simpler than you think.
You know,
We'll make
so,
sure to get you there.
no, he's being humble. So, anyways, thank you for watching. I appreciate you very much, and thank you all my fellow nerds out there that watch my videos and then that comment on our videos and our stuff. You have no idea how much it is appreciated and how much it helps to help us grow, because everything you tell us, we really genuinely like. These chairs, people were like, you guys need chairs, you need uniform. And so like, we try to wear like usually merch for the podcast, and then we have these matching chairs, and we're gonna try to upgrade our equipment and do these things, but they take time and they take money, and so we got to get back to that money making point. Oh, speaking of, 5% of any money that we make off our merch goes to our charity of the month, which, since it is Pride Month for Junio, right? For June, it will be geared towards a Pride charity. So that's something, is that unfortunately, we don't make enough money, and that's what we're like, man, I just want to help. I want to make a difference in the world, in the community, and I need your help. And you can donate to these charities yourself, or like I said, you can get merch out of it and make a difference at the same time. So up to you. You know, I'm good for either.
2 birds with 1 stone is usually better, yeah?
I don't really throw birds at stones. I find that cruel. So, you know, whatever. But to each their own. And like I said, once again, thank you very much. Talk nerdy to me.
Stay nerdy out there, y'all.